vital functions of the United States government is to establish and maintain diplomatic relations with other countries. In every friendly and civilized nation in the world, there is an American embassy or legation. Whether it is Paris or Cairo, Shanghai, or any other remote outpost, the most reliable and confidential means of communication is the courier service. Armed only with his passport, the courier, like a global postman, delivers the top secret dispatches of our government.
Name?
Stephen McQuinn.
Profession?
Diplomatic courier.
Marseilles is the chief seaport of southern France. A crazy quilt of narrow, ancient streets and park-lined avenues overlooking a sprawling harbor. I arrived on a coastal steamer from my last assignment in Duress, Albania. Now I was hoping to enjoy the rest of my leave soaking up sunshine on the French Riviera. For once I wasn't shackled to a diplomatic pouch, a freedom which was very nearly to cost me my life. Mr. Hallecker, how the devil did you manage to get down the gangway with that game leg?
Oh, my foot is much better today, Mr. McQueen.
Oh, good.
By the way, I found that snapshot.
Oh.
Here, this is my Christine.
How old did you say she is?
13. Today.
Oh, it's too bad you couldn't be with her on her birthday. Hey, she's lovely. No wonder you're so proud of her.
Too proud, I'm afraid. I'm trumpeting forever about my Christine, boring everyone.
Votre passeport, s'il vous plaît, monsieur. Your visa permits you to remain in France 10 days only, Monsieur Hallecker. Should you desire to travel outside Marseille, permission must be obtained from the commissaire de police.
I understand. Where can one find a taxi?
At the foot of the docks. There are no porters here. You have to carry your own bag.
Thank you.
Why don't we share a taxi in town? You could give me your mailing address and give me some idea as to what Christine might like. I'd like to send her a gift. Here.
Sure.
Who's there? Lauren. You?
George, I must talk with you before you go on.
How did you know I was coming to Marseille?
Your travel agent was my sister, Madame Odette Garot.
Garot?
She was married to Robert. George, she doesn't know who was in our group beside Robert and me. She doesn't know what really happened.
And now you want me to keep your filthy secret? Is that it?
Is it so much to ask to let the past be buried? George! George, I have died a little every night with each one of them since it happened. Look at me, George. You see what the guilt has done?
Then you should welcome release.
Don't tell her. George! George, I didn't mean to hurt George. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Mr. Hallecker, what happened?
Don't try and talk. I'll get help.
Christine here. Marseille. Take care of her, please. Take care of her.
Yes, but where is she? Where in Marseille?
This scarf. Here.
Monsieur Hallecker! Hurry, monsieur! Allons, monsieur! Christine is waiting! Allons, vite, vite!
3 days, your little girl was close to tears with worry.
Is Christine all right?
She will be, now that you have finally come for her.
Beside yourself, who knew I was coming?
The others? And Madame Garot, of course.
Madame Garot?
Oh, the name means nothing to you, huh? Our man in Duray only gave you the scarf and said you will be identified by it, huh?
Yes.
A remarkable woman. But, just like the rest of us, she lives in fear that a spy will infiltrate us and wreck our work.
I can imagine.
Hold still, Christine. You don't want your father to see your first lipstick smeared. Now do like so. No, darling, that was too much.
I've ruined it?
It's no big tragedy. We can try again.
Do you think Papa will like me in a long dress with lipstick?
You will be beautiful, and he will love his young lady.
How lovely she looks. Like a young Cinderella preparing for her first ball.
Perfect, chérie.
I think Papa would be very proud of such a beautiful lady. Would Miss Haleka honor me to dance?
It has been difficult for her, waiting among strangers for her father.
It has been difficult for all of us. Holed up in this rat-infested warehouse of Madame Garot.
I find ce Palace de l'Illusion quite unique, Signor Lopez. After all, the furnishings are in powdered antiques, museum pieces. Our cuisine is international, and our passports are as illusionary as our hotels.
Hotel de l'Illusion, a corner of a warehouse.
Madame Garot is not the most charming proprietress in the world.
She is a sour French woman who has taken our money under false pretenses. I do not believe she ever intends to get us to Rio.
Protest. Why don't you?
Voici le prodige. Madame Garot, Monsieur Haleka.
How do you do, Monsieur Haleka?
How do you do?
I know you're anxious to see your daughter after this week, so if you will say you are lost to her and then return. There are papers to be signed and certain money matters to be settled.
Yes, of course. What is this, a warehouse?
Yes. An excellent depot for strange cargoes, Monsieur Haleka. Human and otherwise. We call it the Hotel of Illusion.
I see.
Daddy?
This way, Monsieur Haleka.
Your waltz very good, Miss Haleka. So follow clumsy like Peter Valentic, take good dancer.
Thank you, Mr. Valenti.
Christine!
Is that Monsieur Haleka?
I expected an older man.
So that is the belated Mr. Haleka.
Christine said he was handsome.
Listen to me carefully, Christine. My name is Steve McQuinn. I'm a friend of your father's. You must trust me.
Where is Papa?
Something happened to him. Now, he asked me to take care of you. You mustn't be afraid.
Isn't Papa coming for me?
No, he isn't, my dear. He told me you were a very brave young lady. You must be brave now.
What happened to Papa?
Well, somebody stopped him from getting here. I think it was one of the people in this place. I don't know why they stopped him, but I'm going to find out. Will you help me? I'm going to ask you to do something that's going to be very difficult. Do you think for a little while you could pretend that I'm your father? It might help us discover who it was that stopped him from joining you. I don't know how, but it may. Can you pretend? For your daddy's sake?
Paul, I had to send Daddy to pick up Aleka.
I've forgotten.
What happened to your face?
I don't know.
Paul, you must see a doctor. These memory lapses of yours are getting more frequent.
Let me alone. Can't you?
You're all I have, Paul. I'm sorry I've made you think of Robert again. Haven't I?
For the love of heaven, Odette, must you constantly remind me?
But this guilt you have is childish, mon petit. Now, pull yourself together. We have to get our guests on their way, now that Aleka is here.
Aleka here?
Yes, with his daughter. You will meet him in a moment. Ah, here he is. Monsieur Aleka, my brother Paul Laurent. Now, Monsieur Aleka, I was able to purchase a passport for you under the name of Anton. Frederick Anton. Someone's coming. It's that young American again. Please, remain silent. I'll soon get rid of him. Bonsoir, Monsieur Wells.
Bonsoir, madame.
Your trunk has arrived.
Well, at last. I'd just about given up hoping it would ever come.
Where is your car, Monsieur Wells?
It's at the foot of the wharf.
Paul.
Is that music or am I hearing things?
The warehouse man is a lover of Strauss.
I see. I'm sorry I was such a nuisance. Got a bit sick of living out of one suitcase. Thank you, madame.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Bonsoir.
I think they are ready to begin with Christina's birthday party. We can settle our business later, Monsieur Aleka.
Just as you say.
Monsieur? Madame Guiraud, this man is not...
I know, Gardine. His accent is not Albanian.
Look. Blood.
Go back to the ship. See if the real Aleka was aboard.
Oui, madame. Where's he going in such a rush?
The man with Christine is an imposter. Watch him, Paul. If he tries to leave, shoot him.
Isn't it wonderful, Christine?
Yes, everybody, for my cake and present.
Hey, no more tears.
Well, it's time now for smiles, Christine.
I felt like crying, too, at the sight of such a beautiful cake.
I tell you what, suppose you make a big wish and then blow out the candles, huh?
Take a deep breath, sweetheart.
Oh, come on, everybody help. On the 13th birthday, it is allowed to help with the candles. Here we go.
Well?
On the dock, Aleka's body. A knife in the stomach. The police are there.
Are you certain it is Aleka?
Certainement, it is Aleka without a doubt. There are many papers. Madame Guiraud, let me deal with the imposter.
No, Gadi. You know that is not how we do things. Lock the door after me.
Such a creation of pastry would be denounced as a monument to Western decadence.
I'm sorry to intrude, but there is an imposter here. Possibly two.
Just a minute. I'll admit I'm not George Haleka, but this is Christine Haleka. Who are you? My name is Steve McQuinn. I'm a United States diplomatic courier. If you'd like to see my credentials...
Keep your hand away from your pocket. Paul.
I'm not armed. What's the matter? Aren't you satisfied?
Monsieur McQueen, papers do not impress me. I buy and sell them every day.
Yes, I can imagine.
I charged you with being a spy.
A spy? Well, that's ridiculous.
These people will be your judges.
Oh. What's it going to be, a kangaroo court?
There is one fate only for a spy.
Senor Lopez! Your trial has begun, Monsieur McQueen.
All right. Maybe we can find out who really stopped Haleka from getting here tonight.
Something has happened to Christine's papa?
Paul, take her upstairs to her room.
It's all right, Christine. It's all right. Go along. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'll come for you when this is settled.
Please keep this child out of it. She never saw me before tonight. I talked her into pretending I was her father.
George Aleka was murdered less than an hour ago. Gaddy picked up this man with Aleka's identification.
Why did you pretend to be Haleka?
Because I had a crazy hunch I could discover who was the real murderer. You see, I found Mr. Haleka a few moments after he was stabbed. He made a point of giving me the scarf and asking me to take care of Christine.
You say you are a United States diplomatic courier. Where is your pouch?
I wasn't wearing one. I'm on leave.
When you found Mr. Haleka dying, as you claim, why didn't you call the police?
Well, there wasn't time. The cabbie came along and called me Mr. Haleka and said Christine was waiting for me, so I just went along with him.
Is that all you have to say in your defense, Mr. McQueen?
Well, that's all there is to say.
Not quite, Monsieur McQueen.
Look, Adam Wells is a commercial attaché here at the United States Consulate. He's the young American who was in your office earlier this evening. You can end all this now by just phoning him. He'll identify me.
I will phone from the office. You can listen here.
I'm on trial and you're suffering.
Silence.
Le numéro du consulat américain, s'il vous plaît.
Adam Wells speaking.
This is Madame Garot at the Garot Agency. There is a man here who says you can identify him.
Well, what's his name?
Stephen McQueen.
Stephen McQueen? Never heard of him.
Are you the Adam Wells point for a trunk here?
Look, I don't know what you're talking about. Goodbye. Look, I know why Wells wouldn't identify me. Let me get on that phone.
I think we are ready to decide, Monsieur McQueen.
Well, not so fast. You better ask yourselves a few questions first, because one of you killed Haleka.
Impossible. Not one of us left here tonight.
What about your travel agents?
Let me kill him now.
Senor Lopez. I think now you have finished your case, Monsieur McQueen. Each one of you will take a candle from the cake. If you think this man is guilty, break the candle before you drop it into the mug. If you think he's innocent, drop the candle whole. Mr. Valenchik, what is the verdict?
Well, at least one of you's got some sense.
Paul, take him down to the basement, lock him up, and return.
Well? Open it.
on, get in there. Go on down. If you are a good swimmer, you will see what is left of our basement after the Nazis blew up the old seawall.
Paul. It is customary for one of the men to carry out the sentence. The one draws the whole candle.
I can't do it. Cowards! I will do it!
Mr. McQueen?
Christine, what are you doing here?
I came to stop them from hurting you. I know you didn't do what they say.
Thanks, sweetheart. That means an awful lot.
Get out of here, Christine. You hear me? Get out!
No.
You little fool. Why do you protect the man who killed your crippled father? Make her get out of here, McQueen. Unless you want her to see.
Please, Christine. For me?
Before you pull that trigger, answer me one question. How did you know Haleka was a cripple?
Christine told me.
That's impossible. She couldn't have known. Haleka hurt his foot on the boat. But you knew, didn't you? Because you were there on the dock waiting for him tonight. You're the murderer.
Murderer?
Why did you do it? Why?
I was sick. They let me go home. I told Odette that her husband, Robert, took a Gestapo bullet so that I could escape. She never guessed the truth. That I traded Robert's life for mine. His and 7 others. And then tonight, Haleka, he was there too. Haleka appeared like a corpse from the blackness to point his finger at me and say, murderer, murderer.
Go to the office, Paul. I'm sorry, Monsieur McQueen. Paul is sick.
Madame Garot, smuggling people out of the country is a pretty bad business. However, since you're not getting them into the United States, it's none of my concern. But murder is. What are you going to do about your brother?
Fact was against you, Senor McQueen. Nevertheless, I offer my apology.
Oh, forget it, please.
I'm so happy, Mr. McQueen, so happy.
I think we're forgetting a little girl who lost her father today.
What is to become of her?
Peter, could we?
Do you think she would have us, Rita?
Why don't you ask her? Christine. The Valensics have something to ask you.
You ask her, Frida.
Christine, would you like to come to Rio with Peter and me?
We would be proud to have such a fine daughter. Just think, we are married for 2 years and already we have a 13-year-old daughter.
everyone will please prepare to leave immediately.